all week I've been going, ooh, banana.
Do you say it every time as well?
Absolutely.
Thank you. I feel so validated.
It's actually like a legal requirement.
Thank you.
No, I've been playing Donkey Kong Bonanza. It's unbelievable. I think that I really did go into it in the previews being like, cool, fun Nintendo game. You know, it's the Odyssey team. You can feel that DNA here. I'm sure this is going to be a great platformer. And then I started playing it, and I'm like, okay, this is just as good as I expected. Great, definitely enjoying it. Then you get to the back half of the game, and you're just like, oh my fucking God, what the hell have they done here? Like, it is absurd how good this game is at the back end. You have seen nothing until you get to the last like third of the game. Just the way it ramps up mechanically, the level design stuff, the complete inversion of the core. I won't even spoil it. I can't spoil it. I can't spoil it. It's too good. Look, let's just say that like it went from being like a 9 out of 10 to being an 11 out of 10 in the back in that back bit.
Huge.
And that's what really solidified it for me as like I very strongly recommended this. There's only a handful of games that I've ever done that for, to be honest with you, but I think it is like a genuine Nintendo all-timer. And I think it's going to take like a lot of people most people don't have a Switch 2 yet, right? They're not going to see this. And when they do get their hands on this, they're going to be like, oh, I understand now why they are saying this about it. Like it is that level of it's incredible. So yeah. It's but if anyone just as the basic background, in case it's unclear, in case you've been living under a banana and you didn't know,
This man's a writer. Everyone.
You play as Donkey Kong, and you have Pauline on your shoulder. She's a little girl who grows up to be Mario's first girlfriend, and she sings, and her singing will dispel barriers, but also supercharge Donkey Kong, and he will become various muscular creatures, like a muscular ostrich, a muscular snake with arms, and he is just a muscular version of himself. You know, literally Super Saiyan Donkey Kong. You know, and you basically go around. It's a 3D platformer, but the main conceit is that basically everything is destructible. Not everything, but basically everything. You know, there are some sort of hard structures like steel and whatever that he can't punch. But if it's made of organic matter, chances are he can crunch it with his fists. And, you know, after that, that in itself is just such a massive remixing of the 3D platformer, like, you know, construction. Because it's like 3D platformers are all about building very specific challenges, you know, traversal. This gap is too big to jump. How do you get up there? With here, you just like literally drill a hole through the middle of a level. How do you design a platformer when you can do that? I don't know, but Nintendo figured it out, and that is the genius of this game. The fact that you can still protect the core of like the 3D platformer experience while letting your players destroy almost every inch of a level. Like it's nothing short of a marvel.
Yeah, it's also really cool because you can almost add to the platforming experience as well, because certain like natural matters you can like throw onto other things and make platforms.
Correct.
Like I've made so many dirt bridges to get to play.
It does channel monkey throwing poop energy, but I totally know what you mean. It's
definitely.
Yeah, it's crazy that like they have gone, this is going to be a 3D platformer, which he hasn't done since the 64 era, and they're going to create this mechanic that can essentially, I would have thought, break the levels, but you finished it. It at no point really does that.
No point.
If anything, they use it so well. I'm at the stage in the game where I think you were, like, I think I've said, like, I'm like 5 hours in, and I'm at that point where I'm enjoying and really appreciating what's on show here, but it's not quite scratching that itch that I thought I was going to enjoy, because I
know what you mean.
I don't quite get. I don't want to burrow through the level. I want to play it the way it's designed, and I know the team that did Odyssey do such amazing platforming and puzzles that I feel like I don't like the ability as much as I think it wants me to. Yes.
I think the thing is that you still can play through it the way it's meant to be played.
Yeah.
It like gives you kind of both options, which I think is really cool. And look, I like if you're a big Donkey Kong lore truther, you love Donkey Kong for the story.
Donkey Kong
go off.
truther.
If you love that shit, normally great. I feel like the story on a base level is really simple. Of like Donkey Kong loves bananas and he wants the banana,
but they're made of crystal.
The mean apes have taken the bananas. However, I think the writing between the non-speaking Donkey Kong and Pauline is really nice, especially when you like go to sleep in one of your getaways as Donkey Kong, you can choose to talk to Pauline, and she'll just kind of talk like a little kid does.
In bed when they're falling asleep, and
Yes.
they're like,
It's
"Hey,
really
in the-"
cute. And I made the decision because I have like a thing where if I see a character talking and clearly they're talking in a language that is not English, but the English dub just looks like it doesn't fit, I'll usually switch it to the language that it's supposed to be. So I've made Pauline Japanese.
Oh my god, you can do that?
You can.
I can't wait to do that because I said from the previews, I didn't love the idea of having a one voice acted kind of thing around all these very cutesy noise characters. I was like, sorry, like speaking in funny noises in the Rareware thing. And I didn't love that she had that kind of voice, but I'm gonna do that. That's great.
The moment I turned on Japanese audio, like all of her lines matched her lips, and I was like, okay,
Right,
cool.
okay.
This is.
Yeah,
I feel like this
right.
is how it's supposed to be
Yeah,
played.
yeah,
And the English subtitles are still there.
Yeah, cool.
And like just the little chatter in between, and like the little moments of them playing together. It's really nice.
It is.
My concern about this game, having only played the hour and a half that we maybe played together on stream,
Dressed
so I
as
wasn't really
bananas.
focused, it was just a mess, was that the couple of levels that we played, it kind of felt like what more to the game will there
Yes,
be
absolutely.
than just breaking stuff, slapping the ground to collect the coins,
Yes.
grabbing the bananas that you can kind of tell where they're planted on the level, and then boss fight. But that's what you're talking
Definitely the
about.
exact
Yeah.
same thought I had when I did my preview. And I even said that in my review. I'm like, I just felt like this is a lot. It's a lot of smashing.
Yeah.
Is this going to be too much smashing? I'm kind of get bored of this mechanic, and they're not going to find interesting ways to spice that up and whatever else. The answer to that, absolutely not.
Yeah, big
Like,
bong, they did.
I did get
course
to
they did.
that
Yeah.
point early just before what we're seeing here, where you break a brick that then appears somewhere else when you break
Sure.
it. And it was like if you
That's really
break
cool.
the pink brick, the blue one builds up the exact bits you're breaking. And I was like, okay, I can see that there's
Okay,
some-
now take that and then like 10x that.
So that's
Yeah.
So
what
like there's other mechanics later on that are so much more interesting with
Okay,
regards to how
cool.
they use destruction and whatever else. And
Yep.
it's just.
Cool.
Have you finished it yet?
I am up to sub-level 600. I did the forest level first, and
Got
I'm
it.
now in the snowy
Frost
level.
level. Okay, cool. So you've still got. You still have not hit the best parts either.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you're
But
still.
that's the thing. It feels like I'm still in, like, in the nicest way possible. I'm still in the tutorial, and I'm loving it.
Sure.
Because, like, I'm still learning all these new things about, like, the different Bonanza forms and stuff. And I don't know.
It's
fucking
definitely
love
just
it.
like, it's got so much going for it, and I really love that about it.
Yeah.
Again, last grumpy thing I'll say is that and I'm going to persist because I really do trust that like there's something there that I want to experience.
Absolutely.
And I want to get to the point where I've stopped this little grumpy critical voice in the back of my
Yeah.
head. Something about it for me, Donkey Kong, I am a Donkey Kong, what did you say?
Truther.
I do really
Yeah.
love those old platformers, and I love Tropical Freeze. I adore it.
Yes.
I've played it 3 or 4 times the whole way through. And so this kind of is at odds with some of that precise platforming in the early stage. Maybe there's some stuff
No.
later on.
I think that part is a very fair complaint. Difficulty-wise, this is very easy. Even
Yeah.
in its end-game challenges, they're still extremely easy. The boss design actually is just not great.
So
it's,
far, I haven't
Yeah.
hit
it's
a good
super
one,
just
yeah.
like punch them repeatedly and they die. You
Yeah.
know?
And you start going, okay, what do you need me to do
Yeah,
here? And
yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
any good Nintendo game, it's like, oh, actually, it is just going
Totally.
down a punch,
And then
so-
like later on, there are some great bosses, but
Yeah.
like really only 2, I think, and the
Fair
rest of them
enough.
are pretty shit.
But-
So that's a
yeah.
bummer, and it does. I think again, Donkey Kong fans are used to a difficult game because obviously it's been a platformer for a long time that's required a lot of precision. Some of that tuning has been very challenging. Tropical Freeze is a really great example of that, and the other ones before it. So this is a big departure from that. I think they could have stretched. Like Astrobot, for example, had those challenge levels.
Yes.
So you're like, cool, you can do 3D platformer. But you can also, and it doesn't have the whole thing doesn't have to be hard, but like some of it hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
look,
missing here.
And maybe they'll do what they've done with Mario, which is they split into the let's make our side scrollers, let's make our 3D worlds, and let's have both. Because I mean, Nintendo is showing that there's a lot of love for Donkey Kong through this, so I think that's great. I think just that comment about like what I loved about the original is that difficulty. I do love that kind of jungle island nature that they all are, and to me this feels a bit, and I love these games, so it feels weird to say, it feels like a bit Splatoon in its design. That
Totally
like
agree with
really
you.
sort of almost just in your face colors and the sort of singing and the
Yes.
kind of silly voices and just the particle effects, and I love those games, but it's probably not what I was coming to this game for, and I think I'm gonna have to just like get over it.
I think
and-
that's
and
it.
find what I like in this game.
I
still.
went on the same journey because as I was playing through it, I'm like, this is too weird. Like,
Hmm.
well, you're just kind of throwing shit at the wall, aren't you? Like, you just
Literally, he's a monkey.
Like the frost level is also the fire level, and you know, like there's a whole mix of no,
How does
seriously.
that work?
Like there's all sorts of weird shit like that. And at first
Sure.
I was like, I don't know what's going on here, but I realized over time that this is just them trying to be as wildly inventive as they can. They're really trying to challenge every traditional notion of the 3D platformer. Because every 3D platform before it is like, now you're on the Egypt level. Here's a
Yeah.
pyramid to climb. You know, now here's the Frost level. Here's your pink. You know, they're like, no, fuck that. We're not going to do that at all. We're just going to like go absolutely insane. And at first, it's very unsettling. But as you push through and you see how they use these mechanics and how much license they take with this crazy design, by the end, you're so thankful for
It's
it.
pushing through your own expectations.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And, you know, that's on me. So
I feel like
it's fine.
Nintendo has always done that. Like they've like with every new game that comes out, they're always looking for some new mechanic that nobody's ever been able to do as well as they could. You know, you saw it in Echoes of Wisdom. You saw it in, you know, both of the Zelda games that have come out recently. Like they're trying to just do new shit just to see if it works.
They definitely are based off like Tears of the Kingdom and this. It's like, what if we do the thing that you think is impossible now? It's like, what if we let you glue everything to everything? Or what if we let you punch through the level? And it's like, is that a good idea? And they still, they make it that it is. But I'm
Even
like,
Echoes of
give me the
Wisdom.
little change. Give me the, yeah, totally.
You can copy anything in this game and then just put it somewhere else and use it somewhere else.
I feel like
It's,
they are
ridiculous.
So who is there telling them, let's rein it back in a little bit? But so far it's working for them. So yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Hell
So that's
yeah.
Donkey Kong Bonanza. If you have a Switch 2, you probably already bought it, let's be real. But if you are going to buy a Switch 2, it is the first game you should buy above Mario Kart World.
Yeah,
like it's
very cool.
Mario Kart's great, don't get me wrong, but like this is a true system seller. And if this game had launched day one with the Switch, we would have talked about the Switch 2's launch very differently.